All right, guys, we are back, and I don't know what's going on, but we had the data download for this batch of units way earlier than normal. So we already have the data mines for the Groa and quote-unquote new heroes banner. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that, and we have a couple of other goodies to take a look at as well. So why don't we go ahead and start over here with a little tidbit of info about Sommie. So, Alir's aide, Sommie, guardian spirit of the Somnial, brought by Alir, sometimes produces bond fragments from his little bottom. Okay, I didn't realize that's where the fragments were coming from. So he's literally just pooping out bond fragments. I thought he just found them. Like, he was looking around and he found them on the floor. I didn't realize he was actually making them himself. Okay, so there we go. That's your little Sommie fact for the day. All right, we also have Boucheron, who is going to be coming as the GHB. So these are his stats. We have Shackled Axe Plus, Dragon Fang, Frenzy 3, and Infantry Pulse 3. You know, Frenzy and Infantry Pulse would have been pretty dope on a demoted hero if this was like 2021. But no, it's 2026, so absolutely not. I just want to see if someone explained what Shackled Axe does. So Shackled Lance, much like Shackled Lance, Shackled Axe is effectively Arena Axe, but removes the speed condition for more unit versatility. Okay. Yeah, I believe I remember Shackled Lance was like Arena Axe, except it checked for defense or attack or something. So it can be ran on more units than just speedy, fast units. So that should be an okay, like, budget inheritable option. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the stats now. Of course, shout-outs to Gengar and Tsukasa. And usually they will leave a post, yeah, right here. So you can donate to them for all the hard work that they do for us. If you want to go ahead and do that, the Ko-Fi is right there. So, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look now at these stats. All right, so we'll start with Groa. Groa looks really, really good, by the way. So she's going to be a flying blue tome. Stat line here, we got 40 HP, 47 attack, 49 speed with a boon, 32 defense, and then 21 res. She has Banes on HP and defense. Overall BST, 189. Doesn't really matter. If you're going to run this unit at all, it's going to be for Aether Raid's offense, and only assuming you get a lot of merges on her. I guess you could run her in the special reinforcement slot if you run the reinforcement structure that lets her show up on turn 3. She gives enough support that you could actually warrant doing that. So, I mean, she could be a nice reinforcement slot option, but outside of that, she's just like far and away the best offensive mythic hero that we have right now. I think even light or Astra season, regardless, it doesn't matter. I can't think of another offensive mythic hero that's doing as much as her. She is basically just a mythic hero of the Ilian Hilda, because they're giving similar support, except Groa is giving actually even more support, and then she can warp with pass, so she'll be able to do a lot of damage. Times Gate is a crazy status to be giving to allies in something like Aether Raid's offense. So this is a very good unit. Problem is, for most players, like if you're a dedicated Aether Raid's player, you're not going to be able to run her on your main core unless she's at plus 10. Otherwise, she's just delegated into the reinforcement slot. And for most casual players, I don't think they're going to care either. Like, there's no way they're going to be able to get enough merges on her to actually make it worth it. So that is the one downside. Not just with her, but with all Aether Raid's offense units. Okay, we have Alir and Sommie up next. So the aided hero, 40 HP with a Bane, 45 attack, 49 speed with a boon, 44 defense, and then 31 res. He's got 209 for the BST, which is actually a little bit higher than most infantry units get in this day and age. So he scores higher than the cheerleader banner infantry units over there, like the Byleth and the Ike and stuff. Like this guy, despite also being a melee infantry like them, they gave him the trainee or dragon or whatever BST bonus you want to call that. So yeah, that's interesting. Overall, this guy, he just seems like a new age version of the legendary male Alir, because he's giving a lot of support. Well, I guess you could combine two Alirs into one. You could combine the duo Winter Aleer and the legendary male Aleer, and you get this guy. Because he's giving similar support, and then he's got the miracle effect, so he can come back once, I think it's once per map, and then he full heals, and he's got brave attacking with a lot of true damage built into his weapon. So he's probably an okay unit, but I don't see him as being... He's not going to be as commanding as those cheerleader units were. Okay, next up we have the female Aleer over here. So 40 HP with a Bane, 46 attack, 49 speed with a Boon, 38 defense, and then 31 res with a Bane. Much less BST, 204. She is an arcane hero, and she does come with attack and speed taker burst, I think is what it was called. The new speed taker skill from the Summer Sharena. So just getting that out of the box on an arcane hero is very nice, and you'll be able to just pass that along anytime you get a copy of her. So very valuable fodder, and her weapon is okay. Currently it's probably the best inheritable sword you can go for, but I will say it's not, compared to some of the preference weapons right now, it's not that impressive. Okay, so we have Jade up next. I'm interested to see what her BST is going to be. So we have 53 HP. We got 48 attack with a Boon, 23 speed, 49 defense with a Boon, and then 38 res with a Boon. They gave her a little more speed than I was expecting. I was thinking she'd have like 18 or below, and then she'd have like above 40 on both defense and res, but it's not actually the case. And they did give her a lot of HP too, so that's pretty interesting. 211 BST overall, so yeah, I believe that is the same as Raphael and Wallace and those guys. So she'll probably be an okay arena unit, but we are coming up on CYL, what is it, CYL 10? And by the time that rolls around, they are going to raise the BST cap again. So while Jade at the moment can be a decent score bot for arena, it's not going to last very long, so just keep that in mind. All right, and then finally we have Boucheron, big softy Boucheron. So yeah, I was actually kind of wondering when this guy would get added. You know, considering the fact that the only hero that was new on the actual banner was Jade, I'm glad that they at least found a way to give us Boucheron. So 48 HP, 47 attack, 48 speed with a Boon, 35 defense, and then 25 res with a 203 BST. It's interesting that he has a speed super Boon. I don't remember Boucheron being this fast. But then again, I don't think I used him either, so there's no way I would be able to remember that. Yeah, so we already took a look at his skills over here. Shackled Axe, Dragon Fang, Frenzy, Infantry Pulse. He's not going to be worthwhile as a merge project, unfortunately. So, yeah, there we go for the new characters. Now, we also have a customization pack. So, okay, they didn't actually say what the prices are. Usually they post these on Imgur, so you can see, like, the prices and all that stuff. But here it's just pretty much just showing the background. So these, I'm assuming these are going to be summoner support backgrounds, because we have one for the basic, and then we have one for S rank. So just sitting on the beach. You got a nice little picnic table out there. Yeah, picnic on the beach sounds like a good time. So yeah, not a bad background there. I'm guessing it's the same price as well. It's like $9 US, and then you get the standard fare 22 or 23 orbs or whatever it is, and then the background. All right, then finally, we have the artwork to take a look at. So we have Groa. We already saw her artwork. It was in the Datamines earlier. But, yeah, a lot of people are saying she looks like Ymir. A lot of people are saying she looks like Ophelia. I don't know. She looks anything except like us, because we're supposed to be her parent. And I'm telling y'all right now, I ain't claiming her as a child. So, yeah, she's not my kid. All right, so there's all her art once again. Okay, so we have Sommie. God damn, Sommie. Why, do they really need to show him in such an embarrassing shot, man? Come on, put a censor bar over that. All right, so Sommie in action. You know, I always wondered, Sommie kind of reminds me of Lilith from Fates, where they're not really human. Like, Lilith is a fish. And then Sommie, I guess he's a dog, but are they both dragons or animals? I can't tell. And then they have the same color scheme. It's like the red, white, and blue. So, I don't know. I've always, in my own personal headcanon, Sommie and Lilith are both from the same world or whatever it is. All right, so the injured artwork. All right, then we have Alear with the giant greatsword there. I really wish this was a smash weapon. I was giving it a little more thought on what the smash weapons could do. So they could force vantage on the opponent, so when they attack you, they get to attack first, or if you attack into them, they still get to attack first. And then what it would do is they get the attack, and then they get the desperation, similar to like Patience and like Brave Ike and Harmonic Ike, and like all those Ikes that force the opponents to attack you and then hit you multiple times in a row. And then it would have like a bunch of non-pierceable DR to help you live. And then it would have reflect on the counterattack. So you only get one counterattack because in Engage, the smash weapons nullified your ability to do a counter. So instead, what they could do here is just pile up on reflex. So you only hit them once, but it's enough to matter. And then for good measure, have it neutralize the enemy's miracle effects too. So you don't need to hit them more than once. You could just hit them once and that's good enough. So yeah, that's my implementation for smash weapons whenever they bring them into the game. Her artwork is pretty fun though. I do like seeing... I always like seeing the characters with the swords or the weapons that are way too big for them. It always leaves for very fun and funny artwork. Alright, so we got Jade up next. Alright, good girl Jade. That pose, man. That is very comedic for some reason. Alright, then we have the special attack there. And finally, we got the injured artwork. She looks like a dwarf for some reason. I don't know, it's like a really weird perspective. Like, she looks way shorter than she should be. Alright, and then finally, we got Boucheron over here. Alright, so there's his neutral artwork. And then we got the attacking pose. And then the special attack, and then finally the injured pose. So nothing too crazy there from Boucheron, but of all the characters to be added to the game, he was like the last one I was expecting. So that's why it's even more awesome that he's actually the one that we got. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about the Datamines that we got here. And this is your boy Tasho signing out, so take care, and I will catch y'all again on the flip side.